Hello, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're watching us from. Thank you for joining us in this presentation. Okay, but before we go into the details of this presentation, please subscribe to our channels, that is Company Theory, JM, and Daumba Mbondo. Okay, our channels where we present mathematical concepts. Okay, and please, if you want to join our online lessons, join us via 0978 56 8 or 0979 788 9. This is for Bondo and this is for Phiri. All right. So now, in this presentation, we want to look at some few concepts of additional mathematics, additional mathematics, that is high school mathematics. All right. And what are these concepts? Quadratic inequalities and quadratic expressions. Okay, using completing square method. Okay. So the first question we are saying, find the values for which 3x squared minus 2x minus 1 is greater than 0. All right, so now, how do we solve quadratic inequalities? I hope this presentation will be able to help you solve that problem. So I would encourage you to pause the video, give it a try. Okay, then let's compare. So first question, the first question that we have is our A. What do we have? We want to find the values of x, okay, for which 3x to the power 2 minus 2x minus 1 is greater than 0. So we want the values of x that should satisfy this inequality, all right? So now, we first find, we can try to factorize the left-hand side, but I may ask you to note that this is a quadratic expression. So 3x squared minus 2x minus 1 is the same, minus 1 is equal to 1. It's a quadratic expression, all right? Implying that another way of writing this, all right? We can have y is greater than 0. So we want the values of x for which y is greater than 0. So now, how do we do that? We can try to maybe factorize the left-hand side of this equation or inequality. We can try to factorize. So we factorize the left-hand side of 1. All right. Now, what does it imply? You can find the products. Product A by C. Is we have 3 by -1. So your product is -3. Then you must determine our sum, which is given by B, implying that our sum is -2. Therefore, must determine now the factors of -3, whose sum is -2. So we may pick -3 and +1. Okay? What does it imply? Simply means, since the variable in 1 is x, this is the same as the 3x multiplied by x plus x. So this part will replace this part, right? So we are trying to expand that, okay? Because -3x plus x is 2x. Okay, so we can then proceed. So, all right? So we have 3x squared minus x plus x minus 1 greater than 2. So now this implies that when we factorize what is common, we pick 3x, we have x minus 1 plus what is common here is 1, x minus 1 is greater than 0. So what is common here is x minus 1. So when we factor out x minus 1, we get x plus 1, and this is greater than 0. Now, it's easier for us to determine that using the line or the graph. And to do that, you must determine the critical points. Critical points. That will help us determine the solution, or what I call the x-intercept, if we want to use the graphical method. All right? So critical point. So to get the critical points, we equate the left-hand side to 0. This implies that x minus 1 brackets x plus 1 brackets must be equated to 0. What does this imply? Implies that x minus 1 equal to 0, which further implies that x is equal to 0 plus 1, and therefore x is 1, or 3x plus 1 equal to 0, implying that x equal to 0 minus 1. Therefore, 3x equal to -1. Then when you divide by 3 both sides, you have x equal to -1 over 3. So these are the values, or these are the points that we're going to determine now the actual values of x that will satisfy the inequality 1. That will satisfy the inequality 1. So now, what can we do? We can use two methods to determine that. It's up to you. Method, okay. This method 1. It's up to you, or the first approach. We can use the number line, all right? Which I feel is quicker and shorter. Okay, so we can put up a line. This is representing the x-axis. So I have two numbers, that 1 over 3 and the 1. But you can see that this is just greater than it. Inequality 1 is greater than. So it means these numbers are not included. So we can draw the points here. Now, you can see that clearly there are three regions that we are dealing with. Okay, this region from going to the left, you can call it A. Then there's this region here, call it B. Then there's this region going to the right, we can call it C. Which of the regions will give us what we want? Okay? So now, to test now, we are supposed to use the inequality. We are supposed to use the inequality. What is our inequality? Found that x minus 1 by 3x plus 1, we can say greater than 0 because this is the inequality. When you factorize the left-hand side of equality 1, we are going to get this. So it is this inequality that we need to check. This inequality that we check. So we can start with the region A, meaning that from negative 1/3 going to the left. Okay, you can pick any clear number to do on the left-hand side. All right, maybe you say, here I'll pick -1, but that side. All right, here the numbers between -1/3 and 1, maybe you can pick 0, you test it. Just 1 is enough. In this side, maybe you can pick 2, but it is after 1. So now, if I pick -1, where there is x here, I'm going to put -1 minus 1 and check if whatever I'll get will be greater than 0. Right? So 3, here there's -1 plus 1. Is this greater than 0? The question mark, you can check. All right. So this would be -2. All right. Then by -1, that's -3 plus 1 greater than 0. So -2, this is -2 greater than 0. We are still trying to check. So when we multiply this, we get 4. Is 4 greater than 0? Yes. So it means we are going to pick any values going to the left from -1/3, but we will not include that. Okay? So it means any values that are going to the left, from here going to the left, they are less than this, because they're going to be. So x must be, x represents the values that we are picking going this side, must be less than -1/3. For example, -2 is less than -1/3. So this one satisfies. If you picked -3, it will be less than -1/2, to also satisfy. So all the values that are less than -1/3 are our values. Okay? We have checked that. So we've checked that this side actually satisfies. Okay, it is this side. So this one has passed the test. How about B? The same will pick 0. If I pick 0, what are we going to have? We have 0. We are substituting in that inequality. We have 0. 0 minus 1 from this inequality. 3 times 0 plus 1 greater than 0. All right. So -1 by 1, or 3 by 0 is 0 plus 1 is 1. Is this greater than 0? We have -1. Is -1 greater than 0? No, so definitely not. It's not greater than 0. So this is out. I'm not picking any numbers in. Okay. We can test the other one also. 2 is in 2. So we are using, take note, we are using x minus 1, 3x plus 1 is greater than 0. That's what we are using. So we are taking x to be, wherever is x, we put 2, 2 minus 1, 3 times 2 plus 1 greater than 0. Want to check. So this will be 1 times 2 by 3, 6 plus 1, 7 greater than 0. Yes, because 1 by 7 is greater than 0. So meaning that this area also passes the test. Okay. Therefore, this is not needed. We don't need. Our solution will come from 1. This is what we are doing. This is our solution. That now, since we are going to the right, it must be greater than 1. So x is greater than 1. X is less than, that is 1 over 3. That is your solution. Okay, that is the solution. Okay, you can say, therefore, x is less than negative 1 over 3 or greater than 1 will satisfy. Or you can say x belongs to the set of negative 3, comma, negative 1 over 3 union 1 comma positive infinity. This is the solution. Okay. Now, if you don't want to use that method, we can use the graphical method. Graphical method by sketching the quadratic function. So we are going to come up with a quadratic function. Right. Now, take note that we are dealing with 3x squared minus 2x minus 1 is greater than 0. When you look at our a, is greater than 0. Okay, so it means it will need to have the minimum turning point. Okay, and the turning the y-intercept is negative 1. So if we were to draw this, if we were to sketch it, you are going to have something like that. It's just a sketch. Okay, maybe something like this. This is negative 1 over 3, and this is 1. 1. Now, this is the graph, which is y or just y. Now, we want the part where this y is above, okay, where y is greater than 0. Where y is greater than 0, you can see that from here to below here, the graph is less than 0. So it is only greater than 0 from, it is only above the x-axis from negative 1 going this side. It's above. From negative 1, from positive 1 going this side, it is above. It is greater than 0. Okay? Then again, from this side going, it will be greater than 0. So if in terms of the area, the whole lot of this one, this area here will be greater than 0. Here, all this going this side is greater than 0. That is the box. If you wanted less than 0, would have picked values from this point to that point. So that gives you your solution. Okay? So you can say, therefore, x should be less than or equal to 1 over 3 from the graph, or x is greater than 1, or you can write it in that standard form. So basically, that is how you deal with this question. I don't know why most of the students have a problem with this one. All right? Take your time, watch this video, share with your friends, repeat it, and see what you're going to get. Now, the next question that it also gives for headache is, I don't know why. We are saying, let's express this quadratic expression in this form, all right? And we find the coordinates of the form. Okay, so we have B. What do we have? We have got 3x squared minus 24x plus 15. The question is, we want to express it in the form A open bracket, x plus b squared plus c, okay, plus c. Then we use that to determine the turning point. So we are going to use completing the square method, completing the square. So now, on the first two terms, you can even do it in all the three, but I prefer this one. So now, so what we are going to do is, for us to apply completing the square, we need to ensure that the coefficient here is 1. So a factor out. So you have x squared minus 8x plus 50. So that when you multiply, you should be able to get that. So now the next thing is, we find half of negative 8. So now, when you say negative 8 divided by 2, what do you get? Negative 4. Then square it. Okay? Square negative 4. What does it imply? We will have negative 4 squared. This is what we need. So we'll put it in the brackets. So this implies that so this implies that we are supposed to have 3, open bracket, x squared minus 8 plus negative 4 squared minus negative 4 squared, all right, was plus 50. So what we've done here is like, they are saying 4 minus 4. This is like, this cancels out. We still maintain that, all right? So that is the practice. So now, what does it mean? We are going to pick this one and this one, all right? So we are going to have 3, open bracket. We pick x. Here we pick base, negative 4. Everything here will square it, all right? Then we say minus. Pick the minus. When we square negative 4, get 16. So This one was used to get that, so we don't apply it here. So close the plus 50. So we distribute the 3 now. When we multiply 3 there, we have 3 open bracket x minus 4 minus 16 times, because we are multiplying 3 throughout. Then plus 50. The brackets now appear. So we have got 3 power 2 here. X minus 4 squared minus 48 plus 50. Okay. So 3 open bracket x minus 4 squared plus 2, which is what they wanted. The ax, what did they say? Plus b squared plus c. This is the form they want, right? This is the form they wanted. This is the form. Now, they are saying, hence, find coordinates of the turning point. So the coordinates of the turning point will come from here. Whatever we have in the brackets. Okay, now we'll say x minus 1 is equal to minus 4 is equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal to 4. Then there's this part here, the turning point of y. Okay, so the turning point of y is 2. Therefore, the coordinates of the turning point are x comma y, which implies that we have 4 comma 2. This is your solution. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for finding time to watch our lesson. All right. Once again, subscribe to Kanban phiri-JM. Mbondo, and turn on the notification button so that each time we upload a video, you'll be able to access it. Please, parents, if you are watching this video, you can bring your children for one-to-one lessons from grade 7 all the way to grade 12. Both we have ordinary additional mathematics, A levels, basic mathematics. Please contact us today. We should be able to help you. Those that are doing their GC exams for 2025, please contact us today. We'll be able to teach you wherever you are online. You don't need to worry. Maybe wherever you are, we'll be able to teach you. We have the platform, we have the technology to teach you live. Till next time, this has been bye-bye.